For the last 8 years, the campaigners of Sodom have been outside Parliament rain or shine. In that time, they've seen the back of 4 prime ministers, 2 parliaments and too many chancellors to count. Rejoin EU Party London Assembly candidates joined Steve Bray in late March to discuss what's changed.
So I'm outside Parliament with campaigner Steve Bray, who's had coming up for 8 amazing years now.
Yeah, we're in the 8th
Westminster.
year of protest here, yeah.
How have you noticed freedom to protest changing in those 8 years?
Well, since Boris Johnson became Prime Minister, things have gone downhill drastically for people protesting. And they've changed the rules, they've added laws. Basically, they don't want any dissent, which is, and when you've got a government this bad, protest is the only real answer. The people need to be held to account in this government, and as far as I can see, the opposition aren't doing the best job of it.
Now, I understand there was an interesting issue earlier on today out here.
Yeah,
Would you mind
yeah.
telling us about that?
So 2 years ago we had our amplifiers seized, so it was 2 years in June, and we had them back about 3 weeks later, and so we've been playing them here every Wednesday for the last 21 months without fail. So last week Sunak said something about the police having to do their job, protest, policing protest properly, and hey presto, today they come and seized my amps again.
Well, one of the things I hope people are aware of is that one of the powers of the London Assembly is to hold the Metropolitan Police to account. So what I think we need in the elections coming up is a strong voice on the London Assembly asking these questions as to why our right to protest is being clamped down.
Different police forces have different interpretations. In Birmingham, we're fine. In Manchester, we're not. In Liverpool, we're fine, and so on.
I bet the Tories know where to have their next conference then.
They do. Manchester every time. The point I would like to add to the whole, to this interview, is the fact that the Tories are dictating how this country is policed. That is not their place. They're an elected government. Once they start interfering with the judiciary and the policing, it becomes autocratic.
It does indeed. And obviously nothing suspicious about the timing either.
Well, what a coincidence,
Indeed,
eh?
just coming up to the elections and suddenly the government wants to look tough on crime.
Yeah.
Whoever would have thought of that coming?
Yeah, yeah.
Steve, thank you so much for all the work you
Thank
do.
you.
Embark on a majestic journey with the Rejoin EU Party and support our cause on Patreon. Be part of the movement.
Vote Rejoin EU. Join the EU vision.